She didn't get much kip in the Celebrity Big Brother house. She is in safe hands here, though. I think it's so lovely and peaceful in this studio. She know what we've seen her about. She might even sleep like a baby tonight. She's back. Give it up for Angie Bowie.
Can't get no sleep.
Come on, you can sit with me. Mind your step. There we go. Come and take your feet over there for me, my love. I'll pop your coat next to you. Angie, it's so lovely to see you. It really, really is. I was absolutely devastated when you walked out. But obviously, I know that you weren't feeling too well. So first of all, let's find out how you getting on. How are you feeling?
Well, thank you for asking. I'm sorry. I was sick. I went straight to bed.
We all knew you needed a bit of sleep.
I went to bed and I stayed there all day Tuesday and all day Wednesday, and then this morning I thought I felt better. So forgive me if I seem a bit... I had a big day.
Well,
so,
what have you been up to since you've been out?
Nothing. Taking antibiotics. They're gross. They make me sleep. I got all excited. I got on Facebook and I wrote some things, and then I started to get tired. And I thought,
I'll go back to bed.
Oh, that's it. I'm done.
She's done. She's done. Well, listen, you did have a tough week in that house. I think it's safe to say, and you demanded.
It was 2 weeks. You know.
Well, I know, but I mean, the last
No, but
week
I mean, yeah, the last one was very difficult.
For you.
Yeah.
You've probably given me one of my favourite lines that I've heard in a long time. Passport, phone, car. Love that. Love that. What
helps being a writer.
what was it that done it for you? I know you said you weren't too well, but it was heavy in that house for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, you know, I'd have been good after 2 days. I wanted to do some character studies for my new book, The Adventures of Lily Bounty. And I'm all alone in Ackworth, except for my husband and my cats. So I thought, okay, this is a great opportunity. Why would they suddenly invite me again to do this show?
Yeah.
Maybe I should do it. Maybe this is what I need. So, meeting everyone, it was, you know, that first evening was great. John and Darren weren't there. They were locked in a box.
Yeah, in a box, yeah.
Daniela volunteered and went into the box, so now we're less 3, right? We're down to 13. And I thought, well, you can't, you know, leave the ship now. You haven't met everyone.
Yeah.
So... they didn't come back the next day. I waited. I thought, any moment now.
I hope you're doing an audio book, because I'm so into this. I'm telling you, I'm like...
So then, you know, the next day, they didn't come back. Then it got towards evening. I thought, now, before you start thinking they're not coming... And there they came. So I got to meet them, and that was fine. And I was kind of excited because there were a lot of great personalities.
You included.
Oh, you're very good to me.
You have been a personality.
But I was excited. You know, I thought, okay, there's plenty of vanity and talent.
Everything that you wanted to study,
yeah,
pretty much.
You know, what you want to do when you're trying to build realistic characters.
Yeah.
If I said to you, you know, there was such and such a person and they behaved like such and such, you'd be like...
Don't believe you.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Whatever.
Believe me, I think we would. We watch these shows.
Now you would, right? We're all like on the same page here. So that was good. And it got along to the end of the week, and I thought, well, okay, you know, it was a bit much. There were some moments that were a bit strong, and
I think it's safe to say that you might have got a little bit agitated at times in the house.
Too.
Only a little bit, but you know what? Let's have a little reminder, Anne. Should we take a look at your butt bits?
Well,
Let's
I'm not going to. Enjoy. I won't be looking at it. Help me down the stairs.
Angie reminds me of my nan so much, so that's really comforting.
Could I have a hug?
No. All of you saying, oh, let's be quiet, behave. I get up to mischief, bad mischief, drinking, fighting in bars. I got barred from 4 bars in New York. Ooh. I'm addicted to heroin. It. Suck my big one.
Angie, what are you doing?
Shut up. I don't give a I don't give a flying You don't do television to be nice. A little mincing.
Angie totally lost the plot.
Stay away from me.
She's going crazy.
Oh, shush.
I'm a little worried. I want to make sure there's no guns in the house.
On your knees. Now! Fix that mother.
Agitated! Agitated! I love that! She loved that one as well.
Very good. Well done, writers. Very good.
What was it like watching it back? I know you don't like watching yourself back, but we
No.
just thought we'd give you a little peep show. Just a little
Well,
one.
Thank you so much. I
Only
feel
for
so
you.
much better.
Is it that house? I mean, everyone knows that house is such a pressure cooker for emotions. It's major. Are you like that on the outside? Do you not suffer fools gladly?
No, I don't suffer fools gladly, but I never get agitated because I don't interact with people, which is probably a smart move.
Agitated.
Agitated.
Agitated. Well, listen, I do need to bring it up, and I know it is a sad subject, but last week you did receive 8 nominations, and most of the housemates said that you should have been at home following the sad news that you received while you were in the house. Do you think that was fair of them to use that as a reason for
Absolutely.
nominating?
I was very grateful because when I didn't leave, I get confused with how long I was in there. Sorry, guys. It was only 2 weeks. So the middle Friday, I guess. And how could I be angry? It was so lovely to be saved.
You
I mean,
understood that
it was
from a
like
nice
the public
vote.
was interested. And whenever the public's interested, then my heart softens. It's like a whole big different thing, you know. So I was very grateful. I thought, well, that's fabulous. But in the meantime, I still needed to go because
You weren't feeling too
I wasn't really, I didn't know that I was ill until maybe the next day, and I just really didn't feel well. And I have to take blood pressure medication, and I can't get that angry all the time.
This is the thing.
And they were just driving me crazy.
One of the things
just
that
so
happened,
stupid.
and was obviously we have to talk about it, and you know everyone's got their opinion on this. But when you were told that news off camera, and you came back to Durham, and then you spoke to Tiffany, I mean, possibly one of the biggest misunderstandings we've ever witnessed on the show.
It was unbelievable.
What was going through your mind?
Well, what was going through my mind is, what kind of a moron are you, Angie? That you would tell this woman anything and expect her to follow it. Because I didn't say David Bowie. It was my fault. I should have said David Bowie.
Hey, wait, no, in
I didn't
Tiffany's
say
defense.
David Guest
No,
either.
no, in
I
Tiffany's
said
defense, yeah.
David.
Yeah.
So I started to realize
Putting the
that-
pieces together.
Well,
Same
the
thing
difference,
right here.
the
Same
difference
right.
between how Americans speak and how we speak.
Yeah.
And I'm American, so I mean, I'm not talking out of school. I just was educated here, so if someone were to say that to me, I'd say, oh, which David? What? Who?
Yeah.
Not immediately assume it was David Guest. You know what I mean? So then I felt really badly and guilty because I thought I had no idea she was so close to David Guest.
No, do you know what? I've got to say, Angie, when you told her, the first thing I thought was, oh my God, Tiffany's a massive Bowie fan, because we didn't understand.
Yeah, well, I thought that, and then I'm like holding her and patting her on the back, and I'm thinking,
It should have been the other way around.
now, who did she think that was? And then she said, oh, you're joking. I went, do I look like I'm joking? She said, you mean David Guest is really dead? And I went, no, David Guest is not dead. My ex-partner, David Bowie,
we saw it
is
all
dead.
completely
Well, then
unfold
you
out.
know that I tell the truth.
But
I don't lie.
We just wanted to have you here tonight, Angie, because, you know, it was sad that you had to leave, obviously, on medical grounds. I know you weren't feeling too great, but we just wanted to say, especially from me to you, I like to do this with all housemates, I do think you were possibly, definitely up there with the legendary lot, don't you? No, definitely. And I want to ask you, just before I give you a little gift, who do you want to win? Who do you want to win?
You know, I would normally, and ladies, trust me on this, you know me well enough. Normally, I would always go for a girl because we're women and we have to stick together. But this time, I actually thought to myself, Darren or Scotty T.
Popular choice.
Scotty T was, He's sweet. They had little things that kind of made out like he was conceited. Yeah, a little conceited, but a great cook. Loves cooking for people. Has that desire to nourish.
Yeah, and look
and
after.
I find that sweet
And the same with
refreshing in youngsters. He was always really sweet to me, very polite, very nice. And Darren's a doll, isn't he? He's just so
a lot of people
lovely.
do love Darren.
And I loved his, the way he talked about his family, and he was so proud of them. I don't know, what's not to love?
Well, listen,
Sing.
Ange, Annie can sing. We're proud of you. And we think you were a great housemate. So I want you to accept just a little token of my appreciation. It's a little toothy ta-ra from me to you. It's Rylan's farewell thanks! That's for you, my love. Angie, you're going to be joining us in a minute. But for now, Angie Bowie, everyone. He loves it.